YouTube, Troystarz, trucking. Thanks for tuning in. And in this video, I'm just gonna talk about Landstar versus other companies, or every other companies, you know what I mean, that I've been working for in the past 2 years since I bought my truck.
For more videos like this, please subscribe.
I just want to say, this video is not like putting Landstar on a high, they call it pedestal. I'm not saying that Landstar is the best company out there to work for, but it's surely not the worst, you know what I mean? My experience so far at Landstar, comparing to where I was coming from since I bought my own truck, being an owner operator, I'm gonna say this out now, is in making money here at Landstar, I have to blame anyone, I'd have to blame myself. Now, before I get down into the whole aspect of the thing and what's going on really, because since 2019, I don't know what's going on with the trucking industry overall. It's not just here at Landstar, it's everywhere, you know what I mean? Basically, based on my knowledge of experience and question that I asked a couple of other drivers at other companies and drivers that is doing their own stuff, this here is one of the worst here in trucking. I can tell you that right now, you know what I mean? And if you're a person that have a high truck payment in 2019, you're going to find yourself running on the edge. And when I said on the edge, I mean like it's between you, the payments, and the mechanic. You know what I mean? And majority of the time, you're going to be left out of it. Things that I like about Landstar so far that I'm here, and also compare it with the other companies that I was before. Well, number one, you know, I always love talk about the money, but for this one, I'm going to leave the money part for last. First thing I want to talk about, company that I was working for. One of the company that I was working for, they were paying by a percentage. And based on the percentage, you can't really know how much money you're getting. It's by words. You're not even seeing it on papers. You know what I mean? You're not seeing it like a dispatcher would send you an email, and if they do, you can see it's on their letterhead or is on their bill, like it's coming from someone in the office. Make up that summary sheet on a piece of paper and send it to your email. So right away, as they look at it, you can see the company name that you're working for on it. Normally, if you're working for percentage, you should see what the percentage is coming from the broker or is coming from the shipper of how much that load is paying. But no, you're getting it from the company. So what I'm trying to say is, if the company is not fair, they're not gonna give you the correct amount or tell you the correct amount of money that you should collect from the journey or from the run that you make. Now, that being said, I was working for this company and I was new at the time, so I think percentage worked the way how they do it, you know what I mean? I do a lot of US runs, you know what I mean, and I do a lot of runs in Canada, and based on what I'm running is like it's basically per mile, because every week or every run that I do, it's like they're saying this is a set rate or a steady rate for that run to go to that here. This is what they pay and stuff like that. And I'm like, well, if this is a percentage work, you're telling me that this load that I carry from wherever to go to, like, if I'm, so let's say for example from Toronto to go to Montreal, they would say, okay, it is $800, right? And that it is that's what it is all the time, you know what I mean? And let's say you're going into a area, like you're leaving out of Toronto, you're going across the border, they would tell you like $1,000 to go to Ohio or something like that, and they're saying that is percentage. Since I get to Landstar and I saw on the load board myself, and I have access to the loads, and I can see how much the loads are paying, or how much is it to go to that area, and how much is it. Sometimes I can see that the load is up there and sometimes the load is down there. No, that is a different percentage. That would make sense, because now you know when the time is high or when the rate is high, the loads pay more, or when the rate is low, you can see that the load pay a little less. You know what I mean? Now, the major difference with Landstar and the companies that I used to work for is Landstar is paying in the US. Even though Landstar is taking 35% out of the rate, is like you're getting the fuel surcharge before, and then they took out their 35% out of it, and you get 100% of the fuel surcharge. And just in case you're doing offloading and unloading, you're getting that to you. I never worked for a company before Landstar that does that type of thing. Fuel surcharge, I will just told by the company that whenever the month comes and they work out the percentage that they get from wherever they buy fuel from, they will give us a cut. Like, how can I say this? They will give us like 10% off base. If it's 10%, you will get it the other month. And that make no sense because you're not seeing that on your pay stubs. You know what I mean? When you really check it, you're actually paying the fuel pump. You're paying the pump price. So you're not getting any fuel surcharge. And when they do give you a load and they put the percentage on it, it's like when they take the fuel out, it's like that load don't even make any sense. So it's like it's robbery on top of robbery. Since I'm here at Landstar, it's like you have access. You can see if you choose to take that load, you're the one that choose to take that load. You know what I mean? No, not saying you have to sit there and look at loads and not taking the right loads. But if you really work it out, like for me, for example, sometimes I said to myself, I'm not taking a load less than $2.50 per mile. Sometimes I'm hype like that, you know what I mean? And the next time when I look into it, I'm like, okay, but if this load is paying $2.20 in US, and I work it out, that's a rough calculation check. I can say, okay, this load is paying like $2.80 in Canadian. And if 35% come out of these $2.80, because that's how I always check it. And sometimes I don't even check it with the takeaway in the fuel surcharge. I check it along with the fuel surcharge. So in that case, I would be like, okay, it's like maybe $2.80 then. If I take away 35% from $2.80, then this load would be like, you know what I mean, based in Canadian. So I'm working it out. I'm like, okay, so I actually can run a load for $2.10, even $2 per mile, because it's $2 US, you know what I mean? I know it will come down to me dollar something, but most of these companies that you're working for, and here in Canada, most of these companies, they're not paying more than $1.60, $1.70 per mile for our own operator. So when, you know, some loads paying at Landstar for $2 something, even though the 35% coming out of it, now get back to the company, other companies, when they're taking that, when they're giving you at $1.60 per mile, they're still taking your fuel out of what you make from what you spend from your card. And sometimes, based on the company that you're working for, they will go ahead and take percentage from your pay. You know what I mean? So to be at Landstar for me was a good choice. You know what I mean? I actually find myself being home on the weekends. Like for today, I'm home. Today is Monday and I'm home, right? No, sorry, today is Tuesday and I'm home. But last week, Thursday, I got a load coming from Toronto to Montreal, and that load was paying $1,600, and that was 330 miles. And I got another load going to somewhere. But what I'm trying to say, I already made, and this is gonna be coming on the weekend pay, but I already made like $3,500 already. You know what I mean? And if I put that miles together, it's not a lot. But all I need right now is just one more run, like a nice run, maybe go into the States and back, and I'm at somewhere where maybe my gross is like maybe $5,000. You know what I mean? So by the time Landstar take what they're taking on the fuel and whatever come out of it, you know, I can anywhere between 2,800, 2,500, 3,000, somewhere. All depends on the load that I got. So, and that would be in US, you know what I mean? So when you change that over, you know, you're looking at more. So what I'm trying to say is you don't get these type of things at most of these other companies, because they're taking out, they're not giving you enough money to even do this type of things. They're keeping you on the edge, taking all the money for themselves and behaving like, I know the market is tough and tight, but when it's tight, it's tight. But when it's ready or when it's paying good, you should actually give us what we work for or what we earn. You know what I mean? Like, for example, when I just started at Landstar, I started off in last December, and for the 2 weeks of December, I make some runs, and 2 weeks of December, 2 weeks only, I gross maybe like $8,000 or something like that, based on, and I trust me, and I didn't work. I just work on the holidays like Boxing Days, Christmas, because the loads, not delivering on those days, but the loads was picking up the day before that day and delivering like, say, picking up the day before Christmas and delivering on Boxing Day or something like that, or New Year's Eve. Somewhere is between the holidays and also January 1st, there was another good load. So when the loads, when it's a rush loads, or you have to work on a holiday or something like that, the loads pay well. Now, working for a regular company, they will give you the load and you give it for the same rate, and they know there is like some more top dollars on this load, but they're still not giving you, you know what I mean? So being at Landstar, I'm feeling like I'm comfortable, like not comfortable like I don't want to go anywhere in life, but comfortable as in I can see where I can work, and if I know what I'm doing, I can able to maintain my lifestyle and do more or get more out of trucking. But working for other companies is like based on the rate and how they're doing it or how they're dealing with it, is like there's no time for you. You know what I mean? You don't know when this is gonna last. You don't know when you're gonna get to a breaking point. You know what I mean? It's what I really want to say is that Landstar give me a lot of opportunities based on the loads, based on the rates, based on the visibility, you know, based on the control that you have over your work. You know what I mean? You can actually tell someone, you can actually, like, say for example, someone is keeping like a birthday party and they tell you in advance. You can actually line up yourself to be there, and you are the one. Can you not gonna say all the time work out, but you can ensure that yes, if I do it like this, I can get to that location, I get to that point. Being at Landstar, this is what owner operators should feel like. Like I said before, maybe there are better companies out there, but I don't come across them as yet. But so far, I'm not making a ton of money, but the opportunity, time, the family time, the time for yourself, the rest break, the less wear and tear on your truck, because I mean, if your truck is not running, it's parked. Not like if it parked. Oh man, I want to put this in so many words. I never write this down. Well, I never write none of my videos down. But what I'm saying is, all of what I'm saying to you right now is coming from my head, because this is what I actually experience. This is what I'm out there doing. And this is what I'm now understanding. I have some complaints, you know, about Landstar, but the complaints that I have is not compared to the other companies that I'm coming from. So it's still acceptable. When I look back, it is still acceptable. You know what I mean? It's like, well, I was going to say something, but it doesn't even make sense. Some of these companies that I work for and treating me the way how they did, and, you know, having us, well, it's not me alone, because other owner operators get this type of treatment too. Some companies are doing very well. Like I said before, I don't know of them. I never worked there before, but where I'm at right now, it's somewhere where you can set your pace. You can do what you want to do to get where you want to go. You know what I mean? So you have the opportunity in your hands to put yourself at places. You know what I mean? So Landstar is so much in one package. Now compare it to the rest of companies, is that if the other companies take a page out of Landstar book, trucking will be on a better pedestal. You know what I mean? And I'm still gonna debate on this part. Not like I'm making a ton, not like I'm making a lot of money, you know what I mean? But the free time that you have, the luxury that you have, the time that you have off, as a trucker, you will understand this, that nothing beats getting time for yourself and not being on the road every day, because this truck thing will carry you down to the ground, you know what I mean, if you don't know what you're doing. To be at a company that you don't have to be chasing the miles and running down everything and trying to do this, do that. And for 2019, based on what's going on out there, it's tough. I mean, if time change and things change, I will definitely come back and talk about it, you know what I mean? And also, if a better company comes up, I can tell you this much. If a better company comes up, paying good money, I'm getting the time that I want, I will try it out, you know? I will try that company out. I didn't come here to stay. I didn't come here to stay. But if this is the best I can get right now, I will do what I need to do. But I didn't come here to just plant and live. I come here to make some money to grow. You know what I mean? So the better I can grow that's what I'm going to do. Landstar is the company that if you're starting off as an owner operator, you can consider trying them out. You know what I mean? You can consider coming to Landstar before you actually go on your own. You know what I mean? Because most of these other companies are actually joking around. If you're not a company driver there, it doesn't make sense to be an owner operator. Well, from my experience, please remember this is my experience. You know what I mean? Other people are doing it good. Other people are at other companies and doing well. But I'm talking about what I've been through. I'm talking about what I know work for me. You know what I mean? Since I'm out here on the road, and the respect I get to be an owner operator, I got it from Landstar. You know what I mean? Other companies, I can't talk so much for them because some of them don't even care. You know what I mean? They don't care. They will get the discounts. They don't give it to you. They will get the good rates. They don't give it to you. They will get like a bunch of stuff. They only talk it. They will only mention some of these stuff like in the interview when you go there to do an interview, or when you get it on board. They will tell you all the preaks and the perks and the whatever you can get and whatever the companies have to apply to you and stuff like that. But as soon as you start working, none of that you don't get. You know what I mean? So they're not fair with us out here as owner operator. You have to be doing most of this on your own, struggling. You know what I mean? But like I said before, so far I'm standing with the company that I'm working for, because from my experience to where I'm at right now, I see where it's making a lot more sense. You know what I mean? So this video is to be continued because I kind of just put this video together right now to make everyone understand where I'm coming from. The reason why I did this video is because I want to let you guys know you have to be careful while picking a company. You have to be careful while going out there and signing on with any company. Try to do your research first, because these companies are tough. You know what I mean? These companies are for themselves and only for themselves. Once they have trucks already, they don't really even care about you having your truck or coming there. You will be the one doing all the dirty work. And if you do get a good work, it's because you're in the area at the time and they have no time for one of their truck to go and get it. So you will get it. And even though you get it, you're not getting what that work really pays. You know what I mean? But if you're out there and you're doing your own thing and it's working out for you, you can survive, you can pay your bill. Because by the end of the day, that is the greatest thing. Once you can pay your bills, once you can make your payments, once you can save, once you can do all that, and you're not pressuring yourself, you can consider you're in a good company and you're doing the right thing. So it's not like I'm telling you to leave your company to get here. I'm just telling you the experience that I'm having right now and what's going on in my trucking, in my own operator career. You know what I mean? So I'm just putting this out there to let you guys know. Comparing to the other companies that I work for, so far Landstar is leading. You know what I mean? In fairness, you know what I mean? In getting paid on time, visibility, like clearance, like you can see what's going on, you understand, you thumbs up. So what I want to say, thanks for tuning in. You know, this is Troystarz. Just want to say big respect to everyone that tuned in, and thanks for being here, thanks for watching my videos, and please subscribe if you're not already. And like I said, I didn't even talk about the pay part as yet. You guys get the drift, you know what I mean? I can't too stress on it because I can give you a lot of figures, but you won't even know.
For more videos like this, please subscribe.